going on? My name is Anthony Gray. Welcome to Grayscale. I'm going to take some colors that are not really associated with clouds, and we're going to make clouds. Okay. I am going to, 11 by 15 inch watercolor paper, taped around the edges. As you know, I kind of like my border thing. 2-inch tape here so I can give a little boundaries to where I want the clouds and where I'm going to put the land. Okay. So I'll give my surface just a little spray. I'm going to use water, no medium, just water. I'm going to get a brush that I know I'm going to beat up pretty badly. Well, I'll take this one, I guess, for today. And I'm going to start off with a little bit of white. Let's put the white right here in the center somewhere around here. Put a little more down. I more than likely will speed some of this up. I'm taking just a little bit of yellow. I'll fade some yellow in there. I'm going to take some this baby blue. I'm going to take some white, mix that in there. More white. Just need the slightest touch of the baby blue, really. You want more white than your baby blue. We'll start off with the first one. If I show you this, okay, you can pretty much do this with any one of your clouds if you choose to do so. So let's start right here with this guy here. Let's make a squiggle like this. See that squiggle? All right. There, see that guy right there? Let's zoom in a little bit. You gotta kind of do this when it's kind of wet too. All right, but see that squiggle? We're gonna work with that squiggle. And you're just gonna rub away. Like I say, get an old brush when you do this, because if you don't, you're gonna wreck it. All you're looking for really is the edge. The edge. We're gonna do some more of that. A lot more. I'll put Mr. Flat Brush back where I found him. Let's deal with, let's go with the round. I got it's a round brush. I'm trying to see what size it is. It's number 4 round. One of these guys. Okay. I am going to dip into pure white. So we'll highlight and shade and all that. I'm taking most of the paint off the brush. It'll be a scrumbling method. You see where the brightest spot is. Okay. Now, with pure white, I'm just going to pat. And I'm going to just destroy that edge. I'm just going to pat in certain areas. I'll get some more. I'm going to just pat it away. Okay. In the back there, some of the purple clouds, they deserve a little shine of their own too, but I'm using purple for theirs. Like in here. Same method, just a different color. I'm using purple instead. And same way, you fade it right in to the other colors. Okay, so it's just me using purple with a little bit of white, and I can do the same exact thing. Script liner, wet it. We're going to dip into the white, wee bit of yellow. I want the paint to a certain consistency, but I don't want it too inky, because if it does, then it doesn't show. You know how it dries and it sets and it looks like everything else, so it has to be a little bit brighter. Okay. I'm not gonna put silver, put the highlight everywhere, but only on certain bits. I'll use a little bit of this. It's gotta kind of stand out a little. Some I will have travel into the clouds themselves. Like I said, I'm not gonna do every one of them. You won't need to. The key to doing them is surround it where it's a little dark at. Like I say, I don't need to do all of them. I can have some travel into the clouds themselves. It also gives more depth to them. All right. People will know when you really spent time on your clouds, just by the sheer look of them. I'm gonna go on the other side. Don't neglect one side for another, unless that's where you want most of your light source. Let's go inside here. Like I say, a lot of this might even be covered with trees. So just be mindful of that. See, with different grades of tones and colors and hues and shades, and you can pretty much build your own little cloud universe. To whatever your heart's desire. When you put your silver linings in, the darker the surroundings, the better. You tend to stand out a little more. Of course, somebody's calling me. Well, they're just gonna have to call, because I don't know the number, so it doesn't matter. Okay, we're just about done with the cloud part here. Like I said, I'm not gonna do every one of them, just certain spots. All right. All right. I'm gonna let this set, let it dry. It's been a while since I really went in on any clouds like this. It's been a minute. If I wanted to, if I really wanted to, I can shade, because there's nuances in here that the camera's not really going to pick up, because I'm not zoomed in that close. There's different types of hues of color, and shade, and tone in all of this that you just don't really see. Okay, but if I glazed it with a darker color, you would see them, and then you could highlight on top of that. You can spend hours really on clouds. So this is pretty much through. I'll take Mr. Tape off. I'll let her set, let her dry, and we'll work on what I'm going to put on the bottom. I don't think I'll be using this tape. Maybe not. I doubt it. Probably. Nah, I doubt it. Okay, let me get up off of here and I shall return. Hey guys, what's going on? Okay, I had a little issue here about what I'm going to add to the bottom of the painting. I kind of don't have the issue now. I think I kind of know what I want to do. So I'm going to put some faraway trees here in the back and cover up some of this white here. All right. I tend not to really use black, the color black, comes out a little flat when I put it in with such vibrant clouds, colors and stuff like that. So I'll mix a little bit of ultramarine blue. I'll mix it somewhere around here, my little palette. A little blue, a little bit of red, darken it up a little bit. A slight touch of green. This is just a base color. I'm not going to add any medium to it. I just want to get the sense of some bushes. Well, it's going to look like bushes. Got me a round brush here. Okay, it's a number 10 round. And I'm going to just tap it. I'm going to give it a slight push. Like so. Go a little bit below the line. I'm going to vary the height on a few of them. And it would vary the height of said bushes. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife and I'll scratch in a few. Usually if it's a little wet at first, they would really shine through. If you bunch them up together, the eye tends to drag toward them. So just be careful. Gotta watch as I was saying, I zoomed in the camera a little closer, all right? Okay, we're gonna scratch a few. You should be able to see that a little bit. If you bunch a lot of these together, your eye is going to tend to gravitate toward them. Okay. So space them out. Make them crooked. Make them straight. Just vary your strokes on them. Okay. You don't always have to start at the bottom. Just like so. So let's travel down this way so I can strengthen some of these guys here. I'm doing this on watercolor paper, so I can put a little force behind a few of these. There. So let's travel all the way down here so you can see some of that. See some of those? Okay. So they're in there. And they're below that line that was separated by the tape. Okay. Okay. Put the X-Acto knife back. Alrighty then. So we pretty much established the dark of the trees here. Okay. I'm going to take a larger brush. I'm going to throw down some color, just various mixes of color down in here. Okay. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to use a little bit of my shampoo medium here just to keep the surface a little slick, and I'm trying to look at what brush I'm going to use. I think I'm going to try this flat one today. I never even really put it to any kind of real test, so it'll be tested today. It's a shampoo and water mix. It prolongs the drying time a little bit. I'm just going to lightly just whisk the surface here. That's it. And I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to put a little blue. little green, touch of red. So I got blue, green, and red. A little more green. And I'm just going to real good. I may still use this brush to put some of the grass down. There'll be a row of tree, well, there'll be some trees in front of these guys too. But right now I think I'm gonna establish some grass. So I'll put down the first layer. First layer will be pretty dark for the grass. A little bit of green, a little bit of blue. A slight touch of yellow in it, no white. Little green, little blue. I kind of like the way that looks. So I'm holding the brush down like this. If this was the paper, I'm holding it down like that and just giving it a push. I'm gonna show you this as an example. Like I say, this is pretty much dry up top. So we'll do something like this. I want it blocked. So a little light tape, a little slight push. This is all you want, it is blocked. So I'm not gonna really push it down like that. Let's get the trusty toothbrush out. I think you guys know what's coming next. Dip my toothbrush in some water. Let's put I'll put my brush in some white, and I'm going to use a little yellow. A little yellow, some water. Watered down yellow right now. I want to tap my brush a little bit on the towel, and we're going to do a couple of little, see that? Look like little flowers or something. Probably up toward the front a little more. Maybe some arm. But pretty more toward the front here. Okay. Little patches of flowers or whatever. Okay, let's clean that off with water. Only takes a second, dry the brush off. Let's put some bright, we could put some bright blue ones in there. A lot of white, mix it in with the blue. Brighten it up a little bit. And I'm going to dip my paintbrush into a little water. Mix it in there in the bristles. Just a little bit. I don't want it too soupy, so I'll tap a couple, tap it off of my, my towel. Let's put some bright blue ones in there too. Just like that. Tease a couple in the dark areas up there. I can even have that even brighter. Add more white. We'll brighten a few of these up in there like that. Toward the top here. Not too many. There. And that's it. That's all I needed. All right. So that's about all the fun with the toothbrush for right now. Let's take a script liner. Let's put some long stem grasses in here. I'm gonna stick with the white. Probably stick with the white and blue a little bit, because the grass is a little dark up front. Okay. I'm dipping it into my little lotion medium here, a little closer to me. And we're going to just tease a few bits of maybe long. Now, once you put the long grass in there, it brings the field closer. Okay. So, a couple. Can you see? Yeah, you can see it where I'm at. Something like that. And maybe some tall ones right around in here. Dipping some more. And a couple here. Maybe some nice long ones here. Using plenty of my medium here. I'll put a couple coming off the page here. Once you do them, depending on the size you make these guys, it brings everything a little closer and doesn't make everything quite so large. I can take a fan brush and make smaller ones if I desire to. Okay, let's get some darker ones in there. A little bit of blue. Let's try for blue and green. So I'm mixing a little blue, a little green, dipping my script liner into the medium, loosen up the paint just a little. Put some darker ones in there. They gotta be pretty dark so they can stand out a little bit, all right? And we'll throw in some darker ones, it's not dark enough. Putting some medium in with this, get a very inky look to it. So it flows off the page a little, flows to the paper a little bit better. So I'm putting some darker ones in there. You might see them, you might not, but you'll know they're there. Let's put some over here. Some around here, maybe around this way. I'm gonna throw some bigger trees in there too. Okay, that's cool, that'll work. Clean off the brush. As I'm checking it out, let's put the brush back. Maybe I'll plop a bush somewhere around in here. we're going to go back to let's go on this side, right around in here. We'll put a bush in there. I'll use the same round brush. We're going to mix a little bit of red into the green mix I already have in there. A little bit of blue. It's a little too red, so let's put some more blue in there, darken it up a little bit. I want to put a bush in there. I will put one right in this area right here. Something like that. Let's just plop a bush in there. When you put a bush in there, it brings like I say, once you start doing stuff like this, it brings everything a little closer. Okay. Let's have it a little larger in the middle. And when you put your bushes in, establish the roundness in the direction of the where your sunlight's coming to. Oh, let's put another one. Let's put a nice detailed one right up here almost in the front. Now, it's going to be a little larger, this bush, right around there. Also establishes a sense of depth and perception a little bit too. Okay, now that we've did that, the darkened area is a little on the red side than I want. So I'm gonna get some more blue. I'm gonna mix some of that blue in there. I don't want it too red. I ran out of blue, so I had to mix some more real quick. So I'm gonna put some, there we go, deepen that a little bit with some more blue. Just like that. Just getting some more blue, mixing it in with this deep maroon. I just want to darken it a little bit. Especially with just one being in the front the way it is. Just like so. Okay. I'm going to stroke this brush in one direction. I'm going to use some yellow. And yeah, I'm going to use the tap into yellow. I pull the brush in one direction. Okay. And I'll turn the brush upside down. And we'll just tap in some color right around, let's say around in there. I want to maintain the roundness. I'll put some right in there like that. And not destroy all of the dark. All I'm using is yellow. I didn't add anything else. Let's put some on the edge here. Put one back there. Just like that. Now I'm going to dip into some yellow and white together. Mix it together. This will be the highlight. And very lightly, you're going to tap in the highlights. Yep, you guys can see that. Maintain the shape of your bush. Not everything has to be highlighted. Even if you have to go above your bush a little bit, you can do that. Let's put maybe a little swatch right there. And that's it. Okay. I'm gonna clean that brush off. Because you need some of the dark, so it gives the impression of some roundness. All right. If I wanted to be nitpicky, you can even scratch in some little branches going into them somewhere, here and there. Even with this guy, scratch in a few. Some of it'll catch, some of it won't, but it's okay. like that. You might not be able to see it unless I zoom in. All right. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's put this brush up. Let's take this tape off. I didn't put it on too tough, so it should come right off. Let's draw back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing so far. There. All right. Okay. See, that's not too bad. I don't think. Those clouds are really talking back there. Let's play with the tree. Let's put a nice tree back there. The reason why I'm putting a tree in a certain area is because I don't like some of my little sunbursts. So I'm going to cover it up because I don't like it. I'm going to put him right up in here. Just like so. And let's have one branch half come out like that. I guess I have a medium-sized guy. I'll put him in like that. A little trunk. I'll make him about yay wide, maybe. Like that. I'll have him branch out. Let's put a branch come out like that. Something like that. A lot of these branches won't be seen. I'm just going to dip into the medium here. Loosen up the paint. I can tell from the pull of the stroke that it's getting a little tacky. Let's give it a little root here. Okay. We'll have a branch spring out there. One here. It goes off the page. And we have one shoot off there. This guy keeps... He goes off on this side here. Using the corner of the brush somewhat. Just basic framework for the branches. Like I say, a lot of these branches will be hidden with leaves. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. I might just stick with that one guy. He looks pretty neat. I should put one around here, but nah. I think I'll keep it pretty open. All right. Let's clean off the flat brush. Now, with the position of the sun, the clouds and such, it almost seems to be that it's pretty, it seems to be pretty much a backlit tree. I'm just putting white in with the mix I've used before, so it brings this weird grayish color. I got a nice chiseled, I gotta bring it back in. Chisel edge to the brush. Let me bring it back in a little bit. I'm gonna paint a little bark. Okay, I'm gonna just tap. I'm gonna tap on one side. If it runs out of paint, that's fine. I'll just get some more, but I'll just tap on one side. I'm not dragging the brush, I'm just tapping. Like some of these you will not see once the leaves are put on. Some you may. Okay. Now I'm going into my a little bit of blue. It's got white on the brush a little bit, but I'm not gonna have my tree look radioactive. But again, some of this dark it will show. Just a little tap. I'm not dragging the brush across the paper, just tapping. I say some of these will be seen, some of them will not. Yeah, that's cool. That's good. That'll work. with any tree, you can have some kind of foliage around it. I'm gonna use a smaller round. There, this one would be perfect. This is a number 10 round. The other one I used was, oh, I guess they're both number 10 rounds, aren't they? Yes, they are. It doesn't seem it though. One's slightly larger than the other. Well, I'll go by what it says. It says it's a 10 round. I'm getting a little bit of blue, a little bit of green. We'll keep it at that. Let's put a nice little, let's bring this down. I'll show you right around here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Right in that area, right in here. Let's give us a little bush right in here. And one in front of the tree, like right around in there. I don't want to destroy all of the root of the tree when it goes into the ground. I don't want to get rid of all of that. Let's have this guy trail off here somewhere. Let's get a little height to him too. A nice sized bush. Okay, let's take some yellow. I didn't clean my brush. I'm using yellow. Put it into the bristles a little bit. And we get a slight touch. The slightest touch. See this? It doesn't take much. Let's go on the other side. The slightest touch on one side only. There. We're going to go even brighter yet, so I'm going to use a little white. Did not clean the brush. And we're going to go on the tippy top, just like so. Have some of that travel that way. Dip into the white, go back into the mix I previously just did. And I'm going to have it lit only on one side. Let's brighten that one up a little bit. Just like that. Now I'm going to show you the detail, even in the back there. I'm just slowly going across the bush in the front. All right. Okay, let's go back to Mr. Tree. Let's pan him out a little bit. Let's go up a little. Pan him out a little bit. Let's put some bushes in there, some trees, some leaves in there. Let's clean off this brush. When you're done using your acrylic brush, get your paint out of there post haste. What you don't want is some paint permanently dried on your bristles. No good, especially up toward the furrow, up in here. You don't want that. You don't want the paint to dry on there, because then it starts going like that. Bad for business, guys. Okay, time to cover up some stuff I didn't like in my painting. Rinsing off the brush. We're going to dip in to our first color, which will be the green. I'm debating whether I should put any blue in this green. Too late, I already did it. So we got a blue-green mix. The slightest hint of white in it. And we're going to go from the top going in, a little press. I don't want to get rid of all of the dark. I'm gonna give the impression of some coming right in front of us, like so. I'm gonna stick to brightening just to one side. Getting more paint, more green, a little bit of blue, the tiniest hint of white. We're gonna do it again. Can you see? Yeah, you guys can see the whole thing. More towards one side than the other. Getting some more paint. A slight little push. I don't want to cover all of the darks. I'm keeping it all mainly to the left side. Let's put some of that in the front here. This guy. Just like that. Now I'm going into my yellow, which I'm going to need a little bit more of. I'm mixing the white in. I did not clean the brush. Yellow, white, together. Be very careful so it doesn't look like snow. Almost go above. Ugh. Let's spread that bristles out a little bit. There we go. You got to be freaking kidding me. I can't stand it when that happens. Swear to God. And it's a telemarketer too. All right, let's move on. They're not going to ruin my day. Okay, like I say, I'm sticking more towards the right side. It's pretty, keep them when it's pretty dark. These are your highlight colors. You don't have to go overboard with it. Usually in oil paint, you would thin down the paint quite a bit. But with oil paint, also the vibrancy stays. With acrylic paint, the vibrancy, you'd have to do it in layers. 'Cause once it sets and dries, it dries a little darker than what you previously put on. Okay, so they're in clumps. I'm still keeping everything in the left side. Yeah, on occasion I'll plop one right in the center, like that. Makes it look like the branch is in front. All right. Now, let's clean the brush. I don't usually do this, but I'm gonna do it as an example. Now that can pass the way it is now. That's twice they did that. Twice in a row. Don't know who it is. All right, we'll move on. I'm using a little bit of blue. The tiniest bit of white in that blue. I don't want it too saturated with white. We're going to do the same thing, but for the dark half. All right, so now I'm going to go in the other direction. Now I'm going to the right. But I'm still not going to lose all my dark. Your deep dark. It'd be recessed leaves deeper in the tree. And I'm going to do it right off of the green. I might highlight a little bit on the other side, just like you did the green, but you're going in the other direction. And since this is a darker color, you can play around a little more. Remember, this stuff recedes into the, it will recede into the painting, into the color underneath it. All right, that's why I added a little white, so it can be seen a little bit. But I'm not gonna destroy all the dark underneath that. And it makes it appear black. All right. I'm checking it out. I'm looking at it. I'm gonna stop right there because I'm going to add even another highlight to the already lit side. All right, adding more white greenish mix. I got a little water in my brush, so the paint's a little looser. I'm gonna spread out the bristles just a little bit, and the tiniest touch. I'm gonna take my let's zoom it in so I can show you, because we're nearing the end of this. Okay, the tiniest bit, like so. Tiniest bit, really small. Usually where it's a little dark at, it's gonna shine the most. So strategically place some of these guys where it's not in direct sunlight. You don't need too much. Like, see where it's all lit up at? It won't really give you that impact. So you have to do it where it's a little dark. And I'm gonna take some, no, I will not, that won't be good. I'll put some of them here. Let's go down below to the bushes. Some of these guys down here. Let's go to this one opposite end. There we go. Let's go to that guy right there. I gotta remember that it's flipped around, where when you guys are looking, it's flipped. Let's see, let's brighten up some of these guys. Right on the tops there. Let's put a patch right there. And it's, okay, let's go down below. Right down here. See that grouping right here? We're gonna add a few here too. But we're gonna do it in really thin clumps right there, right here. Maybe one right in there. A couple there. Just like that. I want to be cute with this bush here. So let's get rid of that green. I'll give it a little rose bushy type of look. What I'm going to do is I'm going to splay out the bristles, and I'm going to dip into my white, and I'm going to dip into the red. A little better than that. And I'm not going to mix the paint. It'll be just like that, and then we're going to go touch, just like that. Let's give it a little patch right here, and maybe one right in there like that. It look like a little rose bush. And put some in the dark right there like that. Let's go to that the guy? No, it isn't. It's the opposite side of the page, right there. Whoops. And we'll do that right there. All right. Right in the dark areas here, like that. Maybe pop one up there like this. I'm gonna put them in the dark area. Maybe one right there, but mainly in the dark areas there, hidden. Put a little bush right in there. I feel sorry for that tree on the opposite side of the page. Should he have one? Does he deserve one? I think not. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching it. And like I said, if you have any questions or any comments, write them down below. I do answer them. All right. Judging by the way this looks, I'll see if I put a black border around it or not. Because after I did the clouds, I was kind of confused on really what to add with this thing. Maybe I'll keep it with the white background, white rim there. Ta-da! All right, there you go. She's completed. Okay. I'm pretty sure you'll give me your verdict of what you think about this thing. But thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Any questions, any comments, just write them down. Let me know. I will answer them. Okay. My name is Anthony Gray. Welcome to Grayscale. Happy painting. God bless, and I shall see you again next time.